Yo, welcome to Chris Talks. We got Kyram, we got Brandon, and today, or for this segment, we're gonna be talking about the Knicks series. Got a couple of good questions. We're gonna start off with game one, Halliburton. Start with that. Brandon, Kyram, how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel after what you just saw from Halliburton in game one, into the fourth quarter? Kyram. Okay, Brandon.
Um, I gotta give that man some respect back because I've been calling him, not up to par, but the man's a dog. Like he's getting up there. Like he's getting up there with the ants and the shades of the NBA. If he keeps playing like that, um, I'll be honest with you. Like I think the Knicks are gonna win this series. I do, but I went into this thinking them Pacers ain't nothing to play with. So it should be a really good series. It'll be a much better series than the Western Conference, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm gonna put on the call here.
Welcome to
That's
Visible,
5 second ag.
the
It's a
ultimate
little,
wireless hack.
Was a 14.
I know it's a little laggy for you guys, so I'm just gonna skip right to it. Y'all see this? Let's get a little look here. It's about right here. Oh, stop. So let's skip right to the moment.
Halliburton. He'll take it. He'll backpedal a three
So let it stop buffering for you guys for a second here.
for the win.
Ball bounces up. Straight up in the air. And goes in. It goes in. But Halliburton's foot is on the line.
That's a two. That is a two. You're right.
Halliburton's foot is on the line. Now the Pacers still go on to win this game, but how do we feel about the attempt, the clutch bone, the factor, and who is the clutchest player so far in this series or in this playoffs for the Eastern Conference, Brandon?
I still think it's JB. I think he's the best player left on the East side. I still do. And it ain't like Halliburton swished that shot. He kind of got a little lucky bounce. But yet again, if his foot was behind the line, they would end the game already. But I think the game was decided in overtime when that ball went off of Brunson's hand. If that not had happened, they would have gave the ball to Jay Leonard. It wouldn't have just had to just be him. It could have been Bridges or Hart or even Towns, and they could have got a good shot up. But I think uh, that turnover cost them a game. But I expect them to bounce back and even the series.
I agree with you there. Before this game, I was saying the same thing about Jalen Brunson. He's the clutchest player of the series. But then I saw this. Let me just pull it up for you here, because I was saying the same thing as you. I was just like you a couple of hours ago. But then I saw let's see if it's on here. Let's just put a
It's super hot. Super hot. It's super hot. Super hot. It's
29.
Alright, look, let me show you. I was saying the same thing as you about Jalen Brunson. Hold on, turn the quality up here. I was saying the same thing about Brunson. And then, when he had the chance to win the game, I noticed something here.
By
Now look, can y'all see this? Y'all can't see this, can you? I forgot y'all can't see that.
I'm on your stream. I see it.
Yeah, but he can't see it on the. My stream can see it, but I want y'all to be able to see it. So I'm trying to show y'all. All right. Can you see now, Brandon?
Yeah.
3. Here is a 3 for the tie. Short.
I know it's a little laggy, but did you see where the ball went?
Yeah, airball.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Brunson didn't touch net. Brunson didn't touch rim. Brunson didn't touch the damn backboard. Brunson, Mr. Clutch. True colors just came out. I didn't see Brunson score the basketball in the last 6 minutes of that fourth quarter. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I didn't see Brunson score the basketball when they were letting the Pacers have a 17-2 run. If that's right, correct me if I'm wrong
Well,
once again. But I didn't see Brunson.
Nimhard down by 3. Here is a 3 for the tie.
When I did see Brunson take a shot, finally in overtime, I see him airball a 3.
Short, caught by Hart, out to Towns,
And Cat darn near airballed himself. So the 2 times I see Brunson with the ball, let's go back. He turns it over. I don't think I need to show it. We just talked about it. He turns the ball over, and then he airballs a 3.
Oh, Brunson. That's why Brunson was trying to get the ball in quickly.
He lets it hit off his paw, and then he airballs a 3 in the clutch moment. I'm thinking, wow, clutch Brunson, here he goes. But no, he chokes. That's why Hallie hit the Knicks choked that game. But yeah, how do you feel about Brunson in that moment? What happened, and why wasn't he the clutch guy that you're talking about right there?
you want to go or you want me to go?
Kyra?
I'll go. I'm very disappointed in how that game ended. Here's my problem though. I'm a firm believer that the Pacers aren't that great of a team. Now, it was a good game. It was a very good game. Jalen Brunson did, like you said, in the fourth quarter,
He didn't show up. He didn't show up in the moment.
But I can't believe that the Pacers are going to get to that moment every single time. Aaron Neesmith, of all people, Aaron Neesmith dropped 30 points. That's not happening on a daily, nightly basis.
He's
I
8
just
for
can't.
9. 8 for 9 from 3, though. He had wide open shot attempts. He hit them.
I just can't sit here and say that that's going to happen every night, though. I can't believe that.
That's a good point.
And I don't know. I just have the Knicks winning it. I'm sorry. I like them still.
But
Even
the
after that.
question is, why didn't Jalen Brunson rise to the occasion?
I'm pretty sure it's Jalen Brunson's first time in the conference finals. It's gonna come along. You gotta let him develop, let him get used to it, let him get comfortable. It's gonna come along. We can't judge him off of that one performance. Let him marinate. Let him get better. It'll happen. Next game we're gonna get a whole different Brunson. I promise that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but never mind. I am wrong. Brandon, why didn't Jalen Brunson rise to the occasion? And are you 100% sure that he is the most clutch player in these playoffs?
Well, I'm just gonna piggyback off of what Kai said. Just one game don't define him. It's all about how he responds from it. All players have bad games or bad moments, but like he said, Aaron Neesmith turned into P.J. Washington. That shit happens. You got to respond from that. It is what it is. But let me get it straight to you. This Pacers team is no joke. They ain't to be played with. They did eliminate the Cavs, the second best team in the NBA, in 5 games. So don't think they're going to go quietly. But I do expect the Knicks to bounce back, and this series should go 6 or 7 games.
I totally agree with you with those last couple statements, but I don't agree with you saying Jalen Brunson is the most clutch player in these playoffs. Because I feel like we're really sleeping on Halliburton's ability. Halliburton, game winner versus the Celtics. Game winner versus go ahead buckets. If it's not game winner, go ahead bucket. You know what I'm saying? His daddy right there to cheer him on. We're not gonna talk about how in that moment, yes, Neesmith was hot. Yes, he was on fire. Yes, he was 8 for 9 from the 3. Yes, he was clearing clutch buckets on the floor. But Halliburton didn't look to him first. No, he took the ball into his own hands when it inbounded. He took the ball in his hand. He ran out of the court, saw he couldn't get the two, saw the 3-point opportunity to win the game. He had a chance there in a moment for the lay. He could have. But no, he instead goes for the tougher shot, less time on the clock to run back and chuck up a three to win the game. That's a clutch play right there. Would Brunson have done that in that moment? Is Halliburton the most clutch player in the Eastern Conference? In my opinion, he is. That's my opinion, and I'm staying with it.
Let me go back on that. About that shot, that was a crazy ass shot. That was like some 2K breaker controller ass shot. Some shooter's touch ass shot. That shit bounced up 20 feet in the air and went in the fucking.
Like I said earlier, he didn't switch it.
Mm-hmm.
I know he didn't switch it.
Gotta get credit where it's due. But you said can Jalen Brunson hit that shot? Yes, we've seen Jalen Brunson hit that shot multiple times. I can see him doing that shot.
It's just the ability to not even like think of the consequences. Just instead of trying to tie the game, he goes for the win. He didn't try to tie that game up. He was trying to close that game. He was trying to. I don't think Halliburton allows a 17-2 run happen. I don't think he just sits there on the bench watching his team come back. I don't think like Brunson was. I've seen him outside the game till the clock hit 4 minutes. Why was he in the game? Get your lazy self up and get up. That's some Lucas stuff to do right there. Sorry, not to. I'm just saying, like sitting there on your butt to watch a team, like he's in shape. He can play the full fourth quarter, right? I mean, yes, they were up big, but I just think they're sleeping on the Pacers too much. And my honest opinion, I think the Knicks are still gonna win the series, but not if they can't close it a game like they did today. They're turning the ball over in overtime. That's not gonna cut it. If they're getting locked up like they did at the end of the fourth, if they're getting locked up like they did that overtime, they're not winning the series. But if they play how they did the first half of that game, I think they win the series in like 6. Honestly, Brandon, Kyra?
I will say this: at some point in this series, the Knicks are going to get a grasp of them at some point, and it's going to be how Tyrese Halliburton and his teammates respond. He's shown the ability to bounce back when the Celtics have won, and when they went on a run to bring his team back. But if the Knicks go on a run and JB gets wrong, which he will at some point, when that does happen, if they can respond, which that's what defines you in the playoffs. If he can do that, then if he plays like he has been playing, they can go to the finals. That's 100% possible. But I do think the Knicks, they're a little better. But again, right now it's how JB responds.
I think maybe Cat needed a little help. You see him almost drop 40 points. Maybe if Jalen Brunson showed up just a little bit more, or not just Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart makes some of those floaters he was chucking up. You're not Hartenstein, baby. You gotta do your own game. You know what I'm saying? If one of those other guys stepped up, like Neesmith stepped up, I think the Knicks win this game and they close it out easily. Kyron, what is so funny up there?
I just can't stop laughing at that Hartenstein floater comment. That shit was comedy.
That shit's wet, man. That shit wet.
That was a good one, Brandon. Left hand.
Little push.
All right, let's go on to the next.
One thing I would also like to comment, a big thing about Jalen Brunson. I'm a Jalen Brunson fan, but I'll have to admit, something scary is I looked at the box score, right? That meant Jalen Brunson had 7 turnovers. That shit is unacceptable in a playoff game.
That's some Russell Westbrook stuff, bro. You can't turn the ball over 7 times. You got the ball in your hand all the time. That can lose a game for you easily.
Okay, now we're gonna go to this. Who wins this series?
You want to go first?
I still got Knicks. I don't know. Like you said, the Pacers beat the Cavs. They were the number 2. But the Knicks also beat the Celtics, and the Celtics were probably my favorite to win it at the beginning. Even though the Cavs were that, but I feel like the Cavs are the same situation as the Pacers for me. I just don't trust that team to go all the way, just like I'm gonna say about the Pacers. So I got Knicks in 6.
I like the Knicks, but so far this postseason, the Pacers look way more dominant. I mean, they took out the Cavs in 5 games. I'm not going to just throw the Cavs under the bus, but if the Pacers keep playing like this, then I don't know if the Knicks can last too much longer. Because if they lose the next game, they're in deep trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think the Knicks are going to win this series. I do, but Pacers ain't one to play with right now.
I will say this: that game, the Pacers look like they wanted it more. The Pacers look like they wanted to be there more. In my opinion, this whole playoffs, the Pacers and the East, they look like they are the team to beat. Honestly, they look like they're the team that wants to be there. They want it the most. I mean, you can see that energy. They were down, and they could have just gave up. They could have thrown the flag. They could have done a Nuggets game 2 versus the Thunder. They could have just gave up, but no, they didn't. They came back. They came back. Their defense stepped up. Fourth quarter is when the fourth quarter is when the defense usually like falls apart. That's when their true colors being exposed. But no, I think that was the best defense they played that whole game. They stepped up, forced those Jalen Brunson turnovers we were just talking about in the stat sheet. So, in my opinion, yes, I think the Knicks can win it in 6, but I'm not gonna sleep on the Pacers, and I think if they play how they did today, and the Knicks don't win game 2, it might be a sweep. I'm just saying. It was a Knicks home floor. They just lost on the Knicks home floor. Or they just beat the Knicks on their home floor. So I think I'm still going Knicks in 6 for now. But after game 2, it might be something different. Bringing up game 2, who do we have winning game 2?
Like what you said. I like what you said about the energy because, to be honest, game 1, the Pacers' energy, they brought out that shit reminded me of the 15-16 Warriors. They came out they came out banging, man. I don't know, but I still got Knicks. Like I said, I'm gonna keep going back. I just can't trust the Pacers to keep up that energy for a whole series. I just can't. Despite all the evidence, I just don't have the Pacers. I'm sorry.
Right?
There's 2 teams in the league that are still standing that want the ball more than anybody. They are diving for loose balls. That are getting steals and putting them in the basket.
Alright,
There's the Indiana Pacers, and can you guess the other one? It's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those are the 2 teams that take the ball away, and they're diving for loose balls. I'm not trying to prove anything silly. This is what's happening. They want it more. They're out there playing hard. They're out there trying to get it. Right now, they want it more than the Knicks after game 1. But like I said, this is big for the Knicks. They lose this game, it's gonna get out of hand. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I think I'm leaning toward the Pacers right now. But I just don't know. I don't know if they're talented enough though. That's my thing.
So
I
who's
want to
winning
say
game
them.
2 for you? What's the final
Indiana
answer?
Pacers.
Kyron, what was your final answer for?
Knicks.
Okay, Knicks home team. They let the fans down in game 1. They got
You can't lose at Madison Square Garden.
Listen. MSG. I'll tell you why. They're not gonna lose twice. MSG. They're coming to that thing roaring. You're not gonna hear nothing but chants and screams. JB, JB, JB. That stadium's gonna be ecstatic. They're not losing there. They're not losing there twice.
All right, well, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I think the Knicks are gonna win tomorrow or Wednesday. Um, but I think that's all we got to say about that. Thank you for watching this segment. See you later.